Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everybody to BeoTalk number
76.
376.
Yeah, another one
Hope
bites the
everybody's
dust.
doing well. We got to do some shilling and stuff.
Yeah, let's chill.
Uh, there we go. Go buy some stuff at Skinny Play. Use the promo code for 10% off. I'll have to email them, see if your face is still an extra 10% off.
Jesus Christ, don't do it, people. Don't do it.
So, lots of options. You can do all sorts of things. You can also just do whatever you want, which is kind of nice. And we have Tigrino Studios. Same deal. Use the link and the promo code for 10% off. Get yourself an aluminium theater cover. You still need to do that.
I'm debating it still, bro, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's gonna look weird with all this aluminium on top of it.
I mean, it's also just money, right? Like,
And that too. Like, I'd rather wait till I get over
I
to the
mean,
other side.
at the moment, I'm still having to redo a bathroom, and that's going to cost a fucking fortune. So, because I think
That,
for my setup, this would look excellent.
yeah, it would. It would kill in yours because the screen is completely separate. Like, it's just the theater sitting. Very nice. Like,
And maybe one of the cats will choose one of these slats to rub on instead of the bottom corner.
that's funny. Wear down the aluminium over time.
Yeah.
At least you
And
can replace the wings.
buy Willie a coffee. That's our super chat for the night, essentially. I'll be actively monitoring it. So if you have any questions and or topics that you want a guaranteed answer to, buymeacoffee.com/BOWilly.
There we go. I'm trying to charge my phone. There we go.
And
So yeah,
that's about. Come join the Discord if you haven't yet.
very important.
Good place. We're at, what is it, 1,255 members or something, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like plateaued, but I'm still waiting for the approval from the official Discord.
I think it's forgotten, honestly.
I think whoever was doing that has quit a long time ago, and it's just dead in the water.
I mean,
or they lost the passwords too, or somebody maliciously. I don't know. Things happen to the best of us, I guess. So
yeah. It takes I don't know, some effort, I guess, to run a Discord. I mean, it's kind of weird to stop it if you get paid for it, right? But whatever.
yeah, but it kind of runs itself now, more or less. It's very, I guess, not
Oh,
as
I'm not
police,
saying
but
we're
it's
paid for it. Like
yeah.
they are, right? Because it's
Mhm.
officially through B&O. I doubt it. It's like that somebody's just doing this out of their own volition.
No, somebody had come up with it in the boardroom and assigned somebody to do it.
Yeah. Well,
And then they've
anyway,
forgotten that they monitor that stuff, but it is what it is.
all things
I'm
B&O are
not I'm
always a
not
bit
too
strange.
disappointed about it, quite honestly. It's just it's dead in the water is what it really is. But some things just are like that.
So you're done with the Apple Store?
I am finally done with the Apple Store, and now it's kind of weird because I get home on normal people's time, right? And then I don't know what to do with myself. For God's sakes. Because usually it was like 8, 9 o'clock. You get home, crack a beer, hang out for a second, and go to bed to wake up and do
Yeah.
it all over again. It's been last 6 months of it. But I went to look at it because Friday was the big opening, right? And it was a huge fucking lineup of people. I'm like, I'm not one of those Apple peoples. So I went on Saturday. I went yesterday to look at it. Parked the car, walked around. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see your work done and how massive it is and how little busy it looks with a few hundred people inside or 150 people inside plus staff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a huge store, and it's funny because I walked down the old Apple store. It's already shut down, tape on it, like fucking never happened, right? Just the logo turned off. So that's all coming off, I guess, pretty soon. Apple people are gonna come in there and take it apart because I guess they're really anal about their proprietary stuff. So, and I can kind of understand because those switches and PoE injectors and whatever else the heavy that are built into these tables is just something else. Never seen anything like it. Like there's commercial grade and then there's fucking space shuttle Apple grade. Like it's unbelievable. At least B&O doesn't spec those servers because that would be just way too much money. But yeah, so I have touched more or less with the team that we were working absolutely everything other than plumbing. We even did install sensors into the HVACs at some point.
Wow.
So yeah, we did absolutely everything.
It's a nice looking store.
Mm-hmm. That ceiling was a disaster, and it is a disaster. But it's kind of disappointing because I came up with a solution, but they just decided to, because the elements, the LED elements that they were ordered, I guess, were fucked. So they were two-tone color. But I came out with a way to make it so it looks decent, right?
Yeah.
And I did one entire strip of it in the ceiling, and then they decided, no, forget it. We're just gonna turn them off. So, and we spent weeks on fucking with it, but it's just that's what it's all that stone wall where the ceiling meets the gap. I also worked on that huge ass board that a couple elements were screwed up, and the guys were ready to cut ceilings and walls and holes and shit, or holes in walls. I've taken out 6 of those like grid-like elements, right, and came to the master connection panel, and somebody forgot to plug in one cable, so only one side of the freaking LEDs. Fuck me, man.
It's always
You
the
had
one
one
cable
job.
you forget to attach on the first install.
Yeah, it's just, and then figuring out where, because to locate it was a little bit of a struggle. But I think I spent maybe 15 minutes on it, and the guys were doing it for close to half a day trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with it, changing elements and whatever is still the same. I'm like, bro, let me hop on the jack.
Well, that's another thing, right? I had the same thing when some electricity stuff was done in my house. Like nobody ever checks if the power is on.
No, you assume that it's magically always there. All that, like where you see the pickup and Apple Genius, I guess, on the other side.
Yeah.
All of that is Japanese steel. Kikukawa is where it's from.
Okay.
All the crates were like, it's all Japanese steel. I don't know if it's fucking melted samurai swords or some, but it's all from Japan. Like all that paneling is from Japan. The ceiling is from Germany. The windows, I believe, are also from Germany, and so is I think the furniture as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very little. Like I guess the LED lighting and accents and like the louvers.
Yeah.
Edmonds, one of my buddy's favorite word. They were done by the local Montreal company, the Eclipse. Same one that I was playing with those drivers. So they're the ones that did the second and third floor lighting on the windows. And third floor is unoccupied so far. But yeah, it's a massive store. Like you see those little rectangles in the tables.
Yeah.
If you just grace your hand in front of it, it'll raise up the power plugs. It's motion activated, but you have to touch the wood or pet the wood, grace the wood, I guess. Whatever. Grace. Whatever. You slide your hand on top of the wood. You stroke the wood, and yeah, it'll erect a freaking power plugs with network cables and shit. So yeah, it's so all these plug connectors basically I had done to connect each foot of the table from the floor into the what you see
and it
now.
probably goes through one of the legs, right?
It goes through those tables are obscenely heavy, by the way, obscenely heavy. But knowing what is inside of them, I am not surprised at all. How much tech is actually stuffed into those 4 inches of block wood that it looks like block wood. But yeah, all those are, like I said, the power plugs are motion activated, and it's very, 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 very elegant.
Wait,
so
there's a security guard permanently there?
I think there was 11 guards on duty. Oh. When it was being like the last week of dragging everything to completion. But I think now they have like 4 or 5. Yeah, they're always got these fucking cones, man. and I think there's 4 or 5 on shift at all times now in the Apple Store. They had 2 in the small one, and that one only had 6 tables. This one is 24.
Wow.
So yeah, all the exterior lights, not most of them, but some of them I had touched and installed as well. We did the flag lights, all low voltage stuff, right? I did more or less the terminations. I wasn't really on the drill because I have specific tools and skills, and I like doing that shit. One of those really big skills is the patience to have this, to splice shit when it's snowing sideways and windy. But yeah, so that was it's pretty intense, man. But they crossed over 100 melons on building this thing up.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's a
pretty
beautiful
insane.
building.
You can sort
It's a
of
lot of money.
you can sort of see why, but on the other hand, it's like Jesus.
Well, they redone the building more or less to the brick.
Yeah,
Exterior brick. Like everything's new inside. So that's gonna be here for at least a decade because I think that's what the Apple's rotation is usually. It's in 10 years. 10 years on the store.
Well, I guess you'll have a job again in 10 years.
Apparently, there's gonna be another one that's we're trying to land the contract, or we already have, because obviously we've murdered it on this one,
Yeah.
quite frankly. And the new one they're trying to open or going to open is in Winnipeg. So I don't want to go to Manitoba, bro. That's no good. But at that point, I think we'd be more or less managing the stuff and having monkeys do what we did, right? Instead of being the monkey.
Yeah.
But now, I have a complete idea of, because like all these light fixtures were alien to me as far as their language was, right? Like, couldn't even imagine what that LC2 is, for fuck's sakes, right? Or, and they're all these, but the communication was a little bit limited. It was very chaotic. That's one thing that I wish that we had more access to the drawings, like that Procore program, which we got access to like very late into the build, which, we should have been there from the beginning. But yeah, it's finished finally. So moving on to another
You can
one.
sleep again.
I can sleep in peace again, bro. Because yeah, it was a shit show, especially parking downtown on St. Catharines, like the worst place that you can possibly, like. That's equivalent to like Times Square, New York, I guess.
Yeah.
In insanity of trying to park.
It's
The
just
stalls usually don't last more than one cycle of lights, if even.
Yeah.
So
Jolly.
But yeah, so that's it. Apple's done. Now moving on to the next, I guess, and that's it. So what's how good is it as expected, or as bad as it expected?
Well, let's read a little article. I don't know if you read it.
Haven't had a chance to
I can't
anything,
read
really.
Danish, but I think it's Emilius88 that posted it on the Discord, and it's written by Danish newspaper Berlingske.
Okay.
So forgive the translation because it's chat GPT or GPT.
Okay, farted.
It's about the CEO that was fired. First, the Beano chairman fired his CEO with immediate effect, it reads. Now he rejects dissatisfaction. Christian is one of the most hardworking. It's just sort of like, okay. Why would you need to fire him, right?
Yeah, you would wonder.
After more than 6 years as the top executive of Bang & Olufsen, Christian Teer was dismissed last week. This followed years of decline and according to Berlinske information, dissatisfaction with the Swedish CEO. Now the company's chairman rejects the criticism and defensive strategy despite continued losses. I need to see if I can make this bigger. I can't, apparently. Annoying. In the wake of B&O's financial report, Chairman Joa Christiansen denies to Berlingske. Tell me if I'm saying this right or wrong.
I have no idea. Berlinska, I guess.
Yeah, that the lack of diligence led to dismissal of CEO Christian Teer. Well, the photo was by Selina Dahl, written by Lasse Vries, Tobias Lind Larsen, journalist. Last week, the CEO was fired, and today, fresh financial reports once again shows losses for the historic company Bang & Olufsen. But everything is going according to plan, one is led to believe. This is emphasized by CFO and interim CEO Nicolai Vendeboe, together with Chairman Joa Christiansen, when Berlingske speaks with them following the publication of the company's second quarter results in its shifted fiscal year. The accounts showed that B&O posted a loss of 53 million kroner, which is around
A lot of
8
money.
million USD or so. Revenue fell to 676 million kroner from 698 million in the same quarter last fiscal year. Altogether, revenue declined. The quarterly loss must also be seen in the light of the 38 million kroner spent during the period on marking the company's 100th anniversary. That seems like a lot to spend on that and only come with...
It's like changing tires on a car that the suspension is fucked on.
Yeah.
It really makes no sense. Well, yeah, he's gone now, so it really doesn't make any difference. But I don't know. I don't think they can keep with their strategy of getting everything just, doing the price rising indefinitely, because it's already getting to the point where it's ridiculous. That's first of all. Second of all, I think they should pull back on what's available online, in my opinion, to help the dealers out, because that's the regular fable, right? That, dealers are very important to us, but we screw them whatever way we can.
Yeah, if we can get money out of them, we'll do that first.
Stop being stupid and frivolous with marketing that makes no sense, like the formula thing. That's, that should have never been the money that was spent to that, but to R&D, and maybe not even worrying, maybe expanding the production so you are actually able to deliver even the atelier stuff or whatever, or new Premiere, not have 4 of them for US, and fucking dealers have to arm wrestle for one to demo at the border of coming in. So it doesn't make sense. And it's been always like that. When they release something, it's just, this is what you could have if we just could have made it enough of them. So
it gets worse, by the way.
Okay.
Money was spent, among other things, on the celebration at the Opera House, attending by numerous influencers and celebrities, including racing driver Charles Leclerc, Count Nikolai of Montpezat, Helena Christian, and Sporty Spice. Okay.
She's very important. Oh, Christ on a cross. Okay.
I mean, I didn't see anything from them promoting it, right? So it's more seems like a party for throwing a party for with people in the know because I like these people.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't know.
Maybe that's the only autograph you missed out of the Spice Girls was the Sporty Spice. So
yeah, the interim CEO and chairman nevertheless defended the celebration, insist that the company's strategy is working, and reject criticism of the Swedish CEO Christian Teer, who was dismissed with immediate effect last week. A hardworking fired CEO. Okay. Based on several sources, Berlingske reported Monday that dissatisfaction with Christian Teer and how he prioritized his time had existed for a long period. Instead of being present within the company, his time was spent on the wealthiest customers and collaboration with Ferrari. Which is already like, wait, what? This is what I was afraid for at the time of sponsoring Ferrari. And then a quote, a CEO in a company like B&O must, of course, spend time on branding, but it must not come at the expense of focus on strategy and the rest of the company. That has very much happened here, said a key source. Another source stressed that many things have been done right at B&O, but not much has achieved due to the CEO's absence. Quote, that's the price you pay when the CEO isn't there enough and isn't diligent, the source said. When the board's patient finally went out, it allegedly felt compelled to dismiss Ter, who had a total pay package of 26 million kroner and had been CEO for over 6 years. 26 million kroner is roughly $4 million USD.
Also, he's very heartbroken.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time justifying this mentally, right? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be paid well, but when essentially you get paid that much and like nothing of note really happens, like, like how do you justify that, right? Like,
that's too much money, in my opinion.
I mean, it's not a huge company, right?
No. I thought he would have been paid off like $800,000 US, maybe at the most, not 4 melons, for God's sakes. That's a lot. That's obscene.
Yeah, two made like a quarter or something, not even. The chairman now rejects that this was the reason for leadership change. Quote, Christian has had a very good period in the company and we are ready for the next move. It's unlikely and uncommon for the CEO to stay 15 years. So there comes a time when such a change must be made, says Joa Christians. Adding, Christian is one of the most hard-working executives I've ever worked with. He has tirelessly traveled to places where we had activities, he said. Adding that he does not believe the now fired CEO used his time improperly. Then there's the 38 million celebration. The red numbers in the account also do not appear to cause concern. Interim CEO Nikolai Wendelboe points out that the company has seen progress in several business areas. It is actually a quarter that supports why our strategy is the right one, and it's a matter of executing the strategy, he says. Management repeatedly stresses that the strategy remains unchanged. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
While B&O previously targeted more ordinary customers in the affordable luxury segment, the company is now mostly focusing on wealthiest clientele and offering more expensive products. So with that strategy, you expect to become more profitable at some point? ? Of course, but we have also consistently said that this transition requiring investments in the first phase of our strategy, and that's what we're doing now, says the interim CEO. Following Ter's exit, B&O adjusted its expectation for current fiscal year. Revenue growth is now expected to be between 1% and 5%, down from the previous forecast of 1% to 8%. The Danish business icon with more than 100 years behind it is sticking to the strategy introduced by Christian Ter. We're nearly there. Regarding the 38 million spent on the anniversary, management argues that money was used responsibly. The amount corresponded to roughly 1.5% annual revenue, which totals about 2.5 billion kroner. Why celebrate for 38 million at the time when the company is in this situation? I would challenge the premise that we celebrated for 38 million kroner. That is not what we did, says one, pointing out that for the centenary is an important milestone. Okay. He says the money covered a number of events, campaigns, and similar activities that promoted the company.
What campaigns, for God's sakes? It's very little, other than the shit in the stores. They have the blue ribbons everywhere. New catalog, new book.
Yeah. It is part of her general marketing strategy and cannot be viewed as a single standalone event, he says. He rejects the dissatisfaction. Now a new CEO must be found. It's not because Christian couldn't have done it. There are always better times than others to change a CEO. It's like changing a national football coach while you're winning the match, says Joa Christensen. Why do it if you say this? Like, that makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's not due to dissatisfaction in the board, he adds. Why make change with immediate effects before finding a replacement? You can do two things. You can keep a CEO while you search for a new one. I don't think that's a good alternative. So being leaderless is better somehow.
Yeah, that
When
always makes sense.
when the decision was made, I think it's the best solution. I mean, and they asked, like, if the strategy is unchanged and you say it works, why would you fire the CEO? Executing and data-driven decisions, things are constantly changing in the market. While the strategy is fixed, execution must continually evolve. Couldn't Christian have done it? Yes, he could. It's like, okay.
I think they're completely lost in what they're doing. But I think that the current price strategy should just be put on pause. Like, just stop increasing the pricing of everything as it is right now, and just increase the production levels first of all, and also increase the quality of your product that
Yeah.
comes in. Like, better board PCB control or quality control on that level. Develop the app a little better. Still, there's still hiccups on it that there should be some things that even I've been asking for a long time. Disable the buttons on the theater type of thing. Like, why can we not concentrate on these things and maybe introduce another product, not just the Premiere? Maybe come up with the subwoofer, or come up with a new redone Harmony 2.0 or whatever with the Mozart in it, whatever wings, and like do something that there's more in portfolio to buy.
Yeah.
Promote the shape. Fuck.
I mean, promote anything. Like, the promotion, quite honestly, is so awful.
And if you want to do promotion, like if you want to, I guess, maximize that and not really look like you're cheap, then do promos where do a bundle deal where if you buy, let's say, Premiere with a set of 8s, you save 2-3 grand on it.
Yeah.
Throw the wood grills for free type of thing.
Then there's this other bit, which is by the same Berlingske. It states sources first spoke about a fired CEO, strong focus on Ferrari. Now Beano scraps the partnership. After Taylor was fired with immediate effect, the partnership with Ferrari comes to an end. Several sources said that the lack of diligence and absence in favor of a strong focus on Formula One were the reason for the CEO now being gone. And now the Ferrari partnership is scrapped. According to sources, former B&O CEO Christian Terre spent a large part of his company's collaboration, spent a large part of his time on the company's collaboration with Ferrari. The company's logo appears on the rear wings. Now that Terre has been fired and the partnership with the Italian car manufacturers come to an end. Let's see what else they say. The Danish electronics group is now dropping the Italian. Okay. Sources earlier this week said that Ferrari partnership has been important to Terre. He was the one who originally negotiated the deal between the two companies. The high-profile sponsorship subsequently took him around the world to several Formula One races where Ferrari is a key participant. This is literally exactly what I fucking said when this came around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy just sponsors something he wants to actually see and do.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I mean, you had a fucking race in Montreal, right? Like, where was the event?
There was none.
Yeah, why wasn't it at the store? Like, why?
They should have had it mandatory for the people or stores that are within the Formula reach.
Yeah.
We should have had a couple Ferraris parked outside. Yeah.
Have a private event. It's like, whatever. What the hell, man? It's where was I? It's now Bang & Olufsen states that the sponsorship with expired at the turn of the year will not be renewed. We can confirm that we have not renewed partnership with Ferrari after it's expired. The communication department said. It's unclear whether there is a connection between Ter's dismissal and ending a Formula Ferrari deal. Bino declines to comment. However, at the investment meeting Thursday in connection with the company's quarterly results, CFO Nicola Vendelboe, current acting CEO, made it clear that the company has spent large sums on sponsorship where the effect was difficult to see. Yeah, that's what I said from the fucking start.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
It's painful, bro. It's painful.
Alongside the Ferrari sponsorship, Bang & Olufsen also entered an agreement with the French football club AS Monaco. One gets the suspicion that there was a bit too much French Riviera and Formula One in the sponsorships, and it was perhaps had to do more with the CEO's interests than in B&O. You don't say, says one investor. That wasn't me, by the way. I don't invest in B&O other than I buy their shit. The Ferrari partnership was most recently renewed in early 2024 to the end of 25. At the time, Ter said that B&O had been pleased with the agreement and hoped further development in the relationship in the coming years. Okay. Ferrari said they looked forward to offering first-class immersive experience at various Formula One races. Why do you need to give them money for 3 years before that starts happening? Like, what the hell?
I have no idea, bro.
Much suggests that Christian Ter personally placed greater value on the collaboration. His Instagram profile, numerous posts promoting partnership between Ferrari and B&O. At international events, he can be seen posting with several drivers, including Leclerc. Most recently, at the end of October, he posted a photo of the new Ferrari Amalfi. Ter was dismissed last week with immediate effect. Central sources told Berlinske Monday that he had rarely been in Denmark in recent years and worked far less than other CEOs. Berlinske attempted to obtain a comment from Ter, but he has not responded. I mean, that's another thing, right? So you're the CEO of a Danish company, but you're almost never in Denmark.
Or at least enough where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. On Wednesday, however, company rejected criticism. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Again, Christian is one of the most hardworking execs. He tirelessly traveled to places where we had activities. So he was on planes all the time to have fun. Okay.
It's like, you know what? It's nobody's a bad guy after on their funeral speech, right?
Yeah.
So eulogy never shits on people. So it's the same thing. Like, they're just not going to talk about him as he was the shining star and hero. But at the end, like, I'm with you on board with that. He more or less pursued his own personal interests to move the company, quote unquote, forward somehow. And then the price increases just came in as a result of that bubble that was bursting on him, because that's a lot of money that you need to pay to swing a Ferrari dick, in my opinion. And you don't really have that much product. And also, yes, there's a lot of B&O that moves through the shop here, but is it enough in all the stores to make it worth it?
Yeah.
And you increasing the prices where the theater is more or less double what it fucking came out as. And it's now finally, mine is out of warranty, and now the software works finally on it. So
yeah,
it's just the diversion. I think that the investment or the misinvestment of money was huge as far as where they should have put it versus where they have put it, like the sponsorships and all this nonsense and extravagant parties. They don't even take a fucking picture of the post on Instagram. Like, what is that?
Imagine having to be paid to go to Formula One races. The agony.
Right.
What the hell?
In paddocks, probably, right? Because you're not sitting there with your fucking folding chair, on the lawn.
Well, if you're a team sponsor, right? Like, you're in the paddock.
Yeah.
Your tickets are most likely free because the sponsors get in for free.
Yeah, but that's not free because that's a lot of money. But at any rate, yeah, I just...
Oh, there's more.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Sorry. According to Berlinske, Tear's compensation is also controversial. It's been called completely insane and completely disproportionate, as it's
I
far
agree.
higher than comparable companies pay. Tear earned 26 million kroner annually, placing him above Danske Bank CEO Karsten Egeris.
What the fuck is wrong with BNO, man?
I
He
mean,
siphoned the money out of the company, basically. That's all it is. It's greed.
yeah. The pay package has been criticized because it included the possibility of substantial bonuses without necessarily being tied to improvement in B&O results. This has now led to renewed focus on the size of the CEO's severance. And then it goes, unknown golden handshake. At an investors meeting, B&O declined to disclose how much money Tear will leave with. The board will reveal that information later, according to a source. The company's latest remuneration report shows that the CEO can receive a maximum of 24 months' salary upon departure. So that's another 8 million USD gone.
He should get a. Oh my God. That's insane.
This is
That's
therefore
insane.
uncertain how large the golden handshake will be. The fired CEO will likely take his annual base salary of nearly 7 million kroner with him. Tear also negotiated various bonuses that brought his total compensation to 26 million annually. Whether they will be triggered despite him no longer working at the company remains unclear. Berlinske asked B&O how large Tear's severance is, but the company was unable to. Well, they didn't want to respond. They weren't unable.
Mm-hmm.
2-year salary is apparently normal. This is according to the Per Nikolai Book, professor of management accounting at Aalborg University. Yeah.
No, they just stole the money, basically.
Yeah.
And he wrote it for himself to wait that he ends up with a fat bucket before he goes, or in
Yeah.
case he goes. That was all structured by whoever and all of them fucking demons in that boardroom that agreed on it and signed off on it. And then they wonder, yeah, like pay the people that are working for you better, not just to rob the place.
Yeah, it may be the base salary 2 years, which is less, which still maybe $2 million.
Still a lot of goddamn money, man. Honestly, for a
Yeah.
company this small, it's a lot of money that somebody's pulling off of. Like that's that's like CEO of like a smaller oil company here in Alberta, I guess, not Montreal, but in Alberta,
Yeah.
that would make this much cash. But like, come on, it's too much. No wonder these are fucking $450,000 for a goofy ass limited edition. You're gonna pay his exit tax now.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how much if he was such a good negotiator for himself, right? Like how much he's going to negotiate into the bonuses that get into the 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean, it's already been somewhat of a bank heist. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, in the same news, since it's a Danish newspaper, right? They have another article in which they state that Ter, when being CEO, he's spent very little time in Copenhagen and has instead stayed as far away from Denmark as possible.
Hmm.
It's several sources apparently have been very frustrated with his work ethic. Sort of like, okay, it's all in the Discord if people want to read further. It's
Bottom line is gone, and more now the big hanging question mark is which direction the B&O takes, right? Do they
yeah,
just keep increasing the nonsense to try to recoup, or they're actually going to start introducing more products? Like we need something that is between the 28s and the 50s. 'Cause 28s are not the best compared to like, borderline with 8s or the replacement for the 18s. I think they need more speakers in their portfolio. They need something with a BeoLab 20 or BeoLab 9, I guess, the yesteryears of the bulldog chin freaking speakers. But they need something. They need a subwoofer 100%. Excuse me. And I think that what they should really do is develop software support for the BeoConnect core to become a DPL stereo DPL receiver, so you can have a shape installed on the back of your theater and run it through the core.
Yeah, another
At the
thing
end of the day, that would be probably like a most fuck you thing that you have to make a core a BeoLab receiver, right? Because now
yeah.
it's a $1,700 kick in the nuggets to run your pair of Lab 4s, I guess.
I mean, another thing I don't read here, but what I heard is that to sort of go with this ultra high net worth thing, right? That which may also be another strain on monetary situations, is that from what I heard is that the former CEO hired a bunch of people from Louis Vuitton Media House away, LVMH.
For what? For B&O?
Yeah, for management positions and stuff like that. So their salary is also probably quite thick.
Yeah, but that's, man, I don't know. That's like asking.
Well, we want to be Louis Vuitton of the audio world, right? Apparently.
That's not how you do it. But I guess, you can't really question decisions of a dumb person because you just can't get to the level of dumb that they think like. And that's the problem. Because these decisions to me are beyond stupid and therefore not really easy to understand. Why would you do that?
I don't understand how any of this money is sort of justified in spending.
Well, because they're all in on it, man. They're all in on it. Everybody gets a piece of that bread.
I mean, I bet you the board went to some Formula One races, right, and enjoyed themselves.
Well, fucking right. I'm sure there's two different worlds. There's the production world, and then there's the CEO bullshit world.
Yeah.
The last 2 floors of the glass tower, right? That's below that is a different reality, even pay wise.
I mean, I would be somewhat ashamed if I could get away with arguing for that much money for myself. I mean, it's I mean, good on me, I guess, but like you also know that you're going to be job hopping, right? Like this is going to run out. Like this is not in the interest of longevity. Like I'm doing this for me, not for the company. Like it's just siphoning money wherever you can get it. Like, yes, I'll play the game of like I'm so proud of whatever, right? But Danes, you let a Swede in the hen house. How dare you? You let a Swede in.
See what happens, and he cleans you out.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, the same with the Ferrari thing. I mean, you can go back in the podcast. At the time, I said, I really hope it's not true, but my feeling is since he came from, what was he? He was like head of the WTPA or something like that, the Women's Tennis Players Association.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, and that's how that Caroline Wozniacki thing came about, where like B&O kitted out their house in Miami or apartment or whatever, which was also like, oh, that's just a friend of yours, right? Like you've worked with her. Like, okay, I don't understand how this does anything. I mean, the only thing I ever really saw of that was like a photo on Instagram and then pages on your website, but nobody seems to go to your website.
Right.
It's I mean the same with the Ferrari money, right? Like the Alonso deal I sort of get because he seems to like it. It's a small logo, right? And it's probably not all that crazy. And he's more around than Leclerc is, and you were paying Ferrari mega money. I doubt you're paying Alonso mega money. Like it's not little, but it's also not something that is. We're not so penny pinching yet that makes a difference. But I bet you the Ferrari deal was quite pricey.
So, well, the chapter is finally over, and the book is closed on that. So we'll see what the new
Well, what worries me
direction
most
is.
is
Like I
that
said,
they don't want to change direction according to them, right?
that's silly in my opinion. They shouldn't. There shouldn't be a March price increase this year at all.
No, you just save yourself an enormous amount of money and not paying all this bullshit.
Right.
It's
Maybe spend some money on researching a new replacement for a Beo Remote One, something that has backlight buttons or backlit buttons. There's a bunch of things they could work on, they can improve on, they can come up with instead of just price hiking. But then if they come up with a replacement for the, let's say, BLAP 20s, where do they start? 40K to like rationally think? Because they can be cheaper than 28s because they'll
yeah.
just cannibalize them, right?
Well, one thing I think is a new CEO has to make a decision. Like, even if the ultra high net worth thing stays, right? Are we still going to do the whole price hike every 6 month thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because if so, it doesn't really fucking matter where you start, right? Because the price hikes are sort of how would you say, random. Like, sometimes it's 6%, sometimes it's 3%, sometimes it's 12%, but there's so it
There's
doesn't
no
really.
logic to it, and it's
Yeah.
insane. And then also the segue of the tariff nonsense, right? That was another thing. So I just they're really making it hard for themselves for no apparent reason whatsoever. Like it really just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Sandy pointed out also in the financial figures, right, that a massive decline in sales is coming from Denmark. So, I mean, B&O was a very proud Danish company, right? But they've gone all international, like, and they
Hmm.
want to be a sort of international company in the skin suit of Danish people. But I think, quite honestly, like, Denmark is a fairly rich place, but I doubt they're like current 90s price rich, right?
Hmm.
Like, and it was maybe not the average Dane buying it, but it was definitely the middle and upper middle class buying it, and the rich people. But that's a large chunk. But I think the middle class people are just gone. The upper middle class people are probably thinking to themselves, like, why are we still doing it? And it's maybe
Hmm.
just the rich people.
But then even if they're gonna cater to the rich and the wealthy or wealthiest, they're doing it the wrong way because those people so far really don't really have an idea of what BNO is and why they should spend copious amounts of money on something.
I mean, I don't want this to happen. Don't get me wrong, but I personally feel if you really want to cater to rich people, right, like, you need to fire like 40% of the company. Like, you're going to custom build everything.
Also, when it comes to rich or anybody that is anybody that has a that's building something, there's always a budget, right?
Yeah.
And there's a buffer for how much over the budget we can go before you said like fuck that, we're cutting on stuff, right? The first thing that always gets cut is AV because you can always do it later, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how rich people are. Some people don't know what they want till the house is built, and then it's too late. And then maybe it's not. Maybe they go somewhere else. Maybe they never return. Maybe they decided B&O now is too expensive for it. And it's I just it's getting harder and harder to have people rationally justify the cost of the equipment that you're paying for. Yes, the shiny of the machining and the processes that you can watch the videos on how they carve a fucking grill for the premiere out of single block of wood and whatever. It's interesting, yes, it's cool, but at the end of the day, like they're competing with brands that maybe are not sonically on the same level 100%, but they're a fraction of the cost of what this costs.
Yeah.
So, and it's not starting to look that bad. I wonder how much would that actually ding B&O if per se Apple came out with their own soundbar for their Apple TV.
Everybody
Apple TV built in.
congratulate DJ Neo, by the way. He had a kid.
Oh yeah,
Well
congrats to
done on your
DJ Neo.
part.
That's it. Well, exactly. Well done. It's like,
Keep pushing.
fucking A. So, but yeah, also like the trinkets that B&O doesn't do anymore. Like, make more of these pens that are cool and have, people can buy them. Even like the old keychain
Yeah, you
remotes.
can make
Why
a
don't
few
we do something,
100,000 of these for what
right?
Mason Tears pay, right? Like, this is
So
awesome.
the clock also, like Anders, he got lucky and he got one, but it's just like I would like to own it. I don't care if it's 250 euros, but not 1,200 or 5,000 that it's sold, on to unspecified bidder or anonymous bidder. But yeah, I remember when there was way more cool shit that, like one of my first products that I had literally bought from B&O was the B&O coaster.
Yeah.
And then it started off. But there's so many things that they can do, accessories, even the Christmas tree nonsense. Like, why not have that for $200 in the shop to buy? How many people would buy that?
Apparently, a lot of people are out for the book, and that's over 200 euro.
Yeah. So I already put my own reserve, so I'm gonna go grab it.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
quite honestly,
it's expensive, but it is what it is.
I'm maybe I'm not the super fan then, but I'm not getting it for that sort of money. Sorry, that's too much, right? Like, fuck me, that is like a full on like weekend away in Miami almost for a book.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm sure it's a nice
It's
book.
true.
If somebody wants to give me the book, I'll happily love you. But I'm not purchasing it, to put it that way.
Yeah, the book is worth it, he says. There you go.
I mean, I have I think most of the other books, right? But a lot of
Yeah, I
that
don't
was
have the black book. I have the white book and then the one that was on the 90th anniversary. But too bad.
yeah.
Let me top up my shizzle.
I mean, quite honestly, where's that book? Oh, maybe I put it back in the living room. But comparatively, I mean, they compared to what the last major book was, right? Like, I'm not that bothered by seeing an emerge or a balance.
Hmm.
Like that David Lewis book, effectively, is what it is. It's like that's sort of my B&O golden era, right? Like, they,
Oh yeah, all the magazines back in the day and catalogs were cooler than they are now. Now it's just a little pamphlet, more or less. It's thick still. It's still got information in it, but it's hard because the culture's changed too, right? Like people are
yeah,
just more on their tablets, computers, and iPads and whatever, and phones. So there's not much that matters as far as paper media to people. Most of them people find it as dead weight. Like I remember back in the yesteryears of like car shows, like you go home with fucking bags of catalogs from all the things, right? Now you just go around like a doofus and scan QR codes to read about shit. So yeah, things changed. Things have changed.
I want to see how many people have B&O books.
I'm gonna say yes because I'm gonna grab it next week.
No, a B&O book, not the new
Oh,
one, or just a B&O book.
I got a lot of it.
I mean, I kind of also wonder if you have you need to go to your dealer, Mister Santini. There's no link for it. It's I think it's somewhere on the Discord where people send some
Yeah, but
pictures.
contact your dealer because I think they're only allocated few per dealership, or I
Yeah.
mean per shop as well. So it's
Um,
it's a get it now or forget it. Maybe they'll make them more because I don't understand why they wouldn't.
Thank you, Chava, for posting this. By the way,
Nice.
I mean, the Art of Impossible book is just a fantastic book. It's hard to top it.
Mm.
Uh, but I mean, a lot of these books are just repetition of the cool stuff they used to do, right?
Well, yeah, because history doesn't change, right? But there's also just the newer stuff that's more included now.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I'm
I
not
think
saying they're bad books by any means, but I can't read this. Af ook tils Siger et de ledde.
yeah, but yeah, they are they're definitely going to be sought after, in my opinion. After a while, this was probably the nicest television they've ever built.
Yeah.
They should bring that design language back for BB11s. You guys can stuff the freaking panel into the contour. You can sure as shit stuff a G panel into something like BV11 chassis.
Yeah, maybe with the Premiere.
And with I would probably go with like more or less like a theatrical brain to it than the Premiere one, and have at least a couple power link outputs for the love of God, because I think it's a little bit of a flaw for the Premiere not to have it, but I understand. But it's just, it is what it is. Enable the core BeoConnect core to be a DPL stereo receiver. It should be possible to do it.
Yeah, if you want more money, do it that way, right? Because
then
that'll
if
be
you
your
need
power link for the Premiere.
exactly.
Because I understand why you want that product segmentation. Because if like the Premiere had like 2 or 3 power link out, you would essentially lose all your theater sales.
I don't think so. I still think the theater is more of a classic look to the B&O portfolio than the Premiere. In Premiere, it's, like it's either on the table or on the wall. Like there's not much really in between. There's no floor stand or a wall bracket really.
Yeah.
STV will. I'm certain that they will or have already have something in the pipe for it. But I still like the theater the way it is, the way it presents itself. On the floor stand, it's spectacular, and yeah, it's still more capable of a product. But yeah, that also, I would, if the B&O did that with the core, I would get a core and put the shape up as the rear channels for my
I just
theater.
had a weird mind fart or brain fart, right? Do you think back in the day there were people like us around that would bitch when the new model of this came out and they removed the clock? Like there's no clock on it. Like
I'm sure there was few that are disappointed that the new one didn't have the clock, because now it's just a radio. It's not a clock radio. Fuck. I love that bread maker or bread keeper slider, right? That
Yeah.
just all closed in, man. Stuff like a BeoSound Edge into it, just for the shits and giggles for nowadays.
It's kind of funny that even back then, when this was very high tech, right? They still were like, "Yeah, I don't want to look at it."
Mm-hmm. She looks happy.
Yeah.
It must have been happier times back then.
Well, 1932 was kind of hit or miss, I guess. Oh, this is 41, actually.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So she's definitely faking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's see, there's more of it. The weird art of the, what is it, like 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, B&O was very different back then. Like even the 80s, like I look at the old catalogs, man. Oh my God, like so like 80s futuristic type of thing. Yeah, and this, yeah, exactly. 1991.
As a style, this whole Bauhaus period has lasted way longer, right? It's still very modern in many ways.
Yes. Oh, it's classic furniture now, more or less.
Yeah, but yes, it's classic, but it doesn't look old.
No.
So
No. Well, the Eamster is what, 53 or 56 then when it was
Yeah.
originally designed. So it's now 70 years old or 67, whatever. But yeah, it's I like it. I should do the line's pretty straight. There's Mr. Jensen.
I was slightly annoyed at how easy these people draw not straight lines, yet somehow when you look at the total, it kind of makes sense, right? Like architects do that as well, right? Like, oh, you
Mhm.
have a wall here, and it's literally like that and like that, and you put some color on it. It's actually, you look at it and go, damn. Like none of this is straight, but I see what you mean, and it makes sense.
Yeah, even his drawings they're a little squiggly too. But yeah, that's I don't know. I'm gonna get the book for sure. Just add it to the collection of things. That was a cool experience back in 2015 to go through the production facility and like the actual manufacturing of the Lab 90s. That was pretty slick
Yeah.
because back then I was sure that I'll never see the inside of the speaker again. But I had to go all the way to Montreal to Tremblant to fucking open one up. But at least I knew how, and I knew where what is, right? Even from the videos, but like to see it for real as it's been and put together and installed, it was a very
Well,
dim sum
apparently they
experience.
didn't account for fucking potholes over there.
Oh, bro, you saw the video I sent you.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. The potholes right now are insane.
Yeah, like
Like
even the Jeep drivers are scared of the potholes.
it's insane, man. This is probably the worst I've seen so far in 3 years of living here. That like Sherbrooke, which is a very main thoroughway, it fucking tanks would get stuck in it for God's sakes. Like it's just too much. But I don't know where that money goes to. Somewhere. Oh, the Danish would, yeah.
Well,
That
it's
company has a pretty sweet contract to do all that stuff for B&O, all the grills and
yeah, up until the point where they all of a sudden decide to no longer do wood, right?
I don't I don't know what else would you replace it. Were you going to back to cloths again, right? Like because there's only so many natural materials and elements that look good to a human eye and
Well,
don't age themselves,
most of the
right?
Lewis era, right, was cloth and aluminium.
Hmm.
I mean, they had a whole period where like very little wood was used.
Well, I think that during David Lewis's era, there was no wood grills of any kind.
Yeah.
That was after his passing when the BV14 came out with the wood lamella grills, but that was Thorsten Valur's more or less brainchild. So, but yeah, black cloth and well, I disagree. I think the white cloth on the 90s is more timeless than the black cloth on the 90s. Plus, they optically look less dominating in the room, especially in a not that this is a small apartment, but it is a small apartment for like what normally these would have had been taken pictures in with, as far as the rooms are concerned. But I like the sound. It doesn't matter how big the room is; it's they pump. Do you read it more? No, I don't read my book more than once. Here's like fucking Bible, bro. It'd be funny.
I mean, that's partially why, like, I kind of am not getting one of these current books, or why I'm not jumping on it. Right, like, I have the books I have, and they're sort of coffee table books at this point, where like if
Yeah,
people want to go through, but like I personally don't feel the need to open them. Last time I probably opened them was for the for the giveaway, the quiz.
see, it's good to have.
Yeah, but I hadn't opened it since the time I moved to here, right? Like, so I hadn't even opened it in like 3 years.
Yeah, I haven't touched mine since I packed them up in 2022. So yeah, 3 years as well.
I
Four
mean,
years now.
The only reason that like I touched my BeoCenter 2 at all was because the power went out when we were here.
Put the
So
pin
put in
code back in.
yeah.
Oh, we should have deleted it. I completely forgot, but it's in fucking Danish, I think, or whatever the
Dutch.
language is, or Dutch. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that off memory because I don't know where I'm gonna navigate to with this.
It'll be fine. I know the pin code. Actually, the power went out again. I should check if if it lost or not.
That's funny. What's with the power all the time now? The new neighborhoods, I guess, they're still tying them
Yeah,
in and shit.
and they're building an enormous. Oh, what's that eco? Uh,
Recycling center?
no, it's supermarket. The one Amazon bought.
I have no idea.
They sell ridiculous things like asparagus water and stuff like that, where it's literally just asparagus in water. And
Okay.
that's like $7. But if you buy a bottle of water and asparagus, you only pay like $3.
Somebody's there to put it in for you properly.
Yeah, Whole Foods. That's it.
Oh,
They're putting an enormous Whole Foods up the road, and they do like. I mean, we're so green, right? We're taking overflow ponds out for when the storms hit. So
nice.
yeah, it's a fantastic job, guys.
I can't believe that that actually is legal.
When Amazon money is around, a lot of stuff becomes legal.
Yeah, but you can't negotiate the water. You got to divert it somewhere. It's not like don't rain here now, right? Or don't
Yeah.
gather here. What? You're gonna have a cop there with an umbrella. Like,
we'll see what happens.
fudge sticks.
But yeah, it's going to be one of these enormous food stores where probably if you walk every aisle, you're probably going to be like 45 minutes in or something.
Oh Christ, yeah.
So that's going to need a lot of power because, yeah.
Oh yeah. Should get yourself the Tesla battery thing that we were talking about while I was there.
Yeah.
It's better for your electronics too, right? Because then you don't have the brownouts and dips and all that nonsense.
I have a feeling that actually sometimes we have a whole home protector in, right? And that's actually might be what cutting it like completely. I'm not entirely sure because like it doesn't really tell you because it's sort of analog. I mean, it only has a light on it, whether it's ready or whether there's a fault with it. But other than that, it doesn't tell you anything. But it protects from lightning, but also from brownouts.
Okay. So in brownouts, what, it cuts the power down or off? I mean,
yeah,
past certain voltage.
Yeah, or it's supposed to anyway. Like, I don't know. They don't let you know ahead of time, right? So I'm not there looking at the thing.
Yeah.
So,
good couple more updates on the app. Speaking of apps, I think I'm digging the dark mode. They still have to fix this, the loading screen, but I'm digging the dark mode. It is cool. Hold on, I gotta check the portals. But yeah, I like it. I like the app. A little more work on it. Need to fix the BeoSound Explorer. Kind of looks sad with it. Yeah, it's still not fixed.
Yeah, Sandy found this.
That's interesting. Too bad only one person has the control that's on the right side of the bed.
Well, you can just put a remote there. Yeah, I think the dark mode is now official in the latest normal update.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I think people have been asking this for so long, right?
It's been years, man. It's been years we've been crying about it.
I mean, the The worst offender really is that load screen.
Yes.
It's so goddamn bright because it's like the black of the letters is so little. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather, and I've saying this for years too. Like, could you please invert it, like black with white B&O letters,
Mm.
because and then make that white as bright as you want, but at least it's like a tiny percentage of the fucking screen.
Yeah. No, I don't like, especially at night. Same thing. It's just you open the apps, like, God, this man. You get this white rectangle burnt into your vision for next few minutes.
Yeah, sometimes you have that, right? When you blink and you still see that after.
See it seared into your retinas. Fucking bleached my
Like,
codes
ooh,
with
B&O,
B&O app.
ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
yeah.
Like it's my B&O's floating around. I looked at the app.
But yeah, this might sound all right, I would say. As it's a good idea.
Yeah, and add it to a Premiere on the other side, and you're good to go.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess the level would be the perfect match for the Premiere when it comes to, the finish, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the only uh silk finish product that is not atelier, other than I
Yes.
guess the A5 also, right? We can talk a little bit. But everything else has a machine finish, so
And the cloth is the same.
hmm maybe that's the whole idea behind it. The
Maybe I have
four
to.
levels.
Yeah. Maybe I have to get a new bed now. Yeah, that's a
Like,
collaboration with a luxury bed maker, Sandeep says. Yeah, Duxania, or however you say that name.
mm, I wonder if they made the stands for the brackets for those levels, so you can have one upside down, so then both have control. It wouldn't play upside down either, right? Like music will still come out the same.
Uh,
So
yeah. Choo, choo.
yeah, I agree with you, Chuba. I'm not the biggest fan of that bed design. It's too bulky for me. But I'm happy with my little Nelson thinage. But
I mean,
it's
these sort of
cool.
collaborations, right? Especially for B&O, make way more sense than goddamn Ferrari.
I agree.
Like, even if you don't like it, it makes sense.
Like if anything, do a collaboration with Audi. You put the most of the B&O in that. Ferrari, what? Just the Urus has the Audi. The B&O sound system in it.
This Lamborghini Euros.
No, it's Lamborghini. It's not even Ferrari.
Ferrari
Ferrari
has
doesn't
no
even have.
B&O even available to it, I don't think.
Maybe they should have started with that too.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's
I think it makes more sense for B&O to entertain this kind of an idea, and like some kitchen manufacturers integrate the BioSound 2s into these kitchens, because it does look like a futuristic appliance of some sorts, right?
yeah. It is my
Uh,
sound mixer. That's my bread mixer.
Sound mixer.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
I bet you in terms of a collaboration, this is also way cheaper.
Hmm. But two fucking levels, bro.
Yeah, but surely somebody's paying somebody for this, right?
Yeah, still, but you can buy a lot more levels with the Ferrari money budget.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I think they should do more of that. I think also the pursuit for architects, because they don't really, B&O doesn't really communicate that they were the pioneer in multi-room home audio systems anymore as much as they used to.
Oh no, B&O is, like we say just about every week, they're extremely shit at promoting their own tech forwardness.
Yeah,
I mean, the same with that cradle to cradle nonsense, right? Like, just show that it's not necessary by, I don't know, you can even have the CEO going to some random secondhand site or eBay or whatever, buy a set of 8000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plug them in and see if they work. They will.
100%.
I mean, and that's those are 30 plus years old now.
9000.
Yeah.
1996 when it came out. So that's what, 30 years now
Yeah.
that's been around. Still plays.
So there's a lot of that going on. I mean, quite honestly, if the whole idea is to like go for longevity and all that sort of thing, it's like I don't get why you don't show more of your old stuff. Like you don't even have to see it, right? Like 8000 Cs or whatever. Like no, this stuff just works and it always has. Like yes, we're expensive, but you pay for quality that lasts.
100%. That's why I fell in love with it. It looks great. It looks timeless, more or less, and it works for a long time.
I mean, you can even go like you can repeat it several times, right? But like the whole marketing spiel of like the reason we made a theater or a premiere is that the thing that goes out of spec fastest is literally the screen. So now you can do
Independent.
whatever. Yeah, you can do whatever because whatever is below it, like you can pull an Avant 28 out. They still work. It's just the screen is really old.
And you have now way more limitation in connectivity, right? Now everything's digital, so
Yeah,
the lowest you could go is like BeoVision 8 32 with one HDMI 1.1 that it had, or 1.0.
yeah, which was what, 720i or something like that.
Still did. But anything before that, the BeoSystem 1, that huge ass box, that was something.
I mean, one good thing is that apparently the new flagship store in San Francisco is getting there.
Oh, right on. Is it opened? It is open now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So,
is there any inside shots? Okay,
yeah.
that's inside.
Looks very much like the London store, quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder, like, why is there discoloration on these covers on the 50s?
Maybe that's the new look.
Well, it's exactly where the drivers are.
That's right.
So maybe they've been playing when it was ultra dusty or something?
Or that thin of a fabric that for some reason the lens picks it up behind. I don't know. It's a little bizarre. That's an 83-inch theater. Or is it a 77?
It looks like 83 to me.
That's some massive wings, man.
Yeah. It might be 77, but I would hazard a guess it's 83. I mean, why not? At a flagship store.
Yeah.
We're the only store more or less on the West Coast now.
I don't see the 90s there.
If you look in the back, they sell fucking t-shirts.
Yeah. I see that. That's cool.
I mean,
and again, there's a new format of the store. Jesus Christ, Quebec's going to be happy about that. They just renovated their shop like fucking 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's it. If you want to not annoy your dealers, right? You shouldn't like this. It's one thing to say the store concept has changed. Like now we're more from the purple to the gray or whatever on those.
Well, they're going away from the gray now to the wood, as you see here.
Yeah, but not just that. If you notice, the floors are going concrete.
Mm-hmm.
mean, if nothing else, that kills the store concept for pricing and that sort of shit for dealers. It's changing the whole floor.
Oh Christ, man! Everything has to come out.
Yeah, I mean, and your shop is closed, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. That's not gonna be a good. That's not gonna go well. But I guess if you're building out a new store, then that's the new compliance requirement, right?
yeah,
But maybe they're gonna keep on the traditional ones for a few more years, and I'm sure that like Quebec Song, I would argue it too, man. Like you just made me spend like 60 or 70,000 euros 2 years ago, and now we changed the concept again. Like, how much is too much to be able to afford it? Because that's a lot to make up in profits. Because they're not paying for it,
yeah.
you're paying for it.
I mean, if you're also shut for like 2 to 4 weeks, that's painful.
Yeah, we weren't shut down during the renos. It's just fucking war zone, but we were shut down. I think like the way that it was planned out, and it turned out to be that there was a construction week.
Mhm.
Or no, I don't think it was construction holiday. Maybe it was, but I know we were shut down for the floor because that had to be redone, right?
Yeah.
And the floor was a major pain in the penis, as one would expect. So, but yeah, this is nice. It's elegant. They got the 90s there. There we go.
Yeah, these are the actual white ones, not the sand ones.
Just like mine.
Yeah. I mean, if you are rich, right, this system is really incredibly convincing if set up properly.
Oh, 100%, dude. Like even 2 pairs of the 50s at your place when we watched that movie, like that was
Yeah.
fucking. I would have gone louder. I didn't want to be rude. Fuck it. I would have just we'd be recocking the windows after the credits would roll. Because you could. That's the funny thing, right? And the speakers wouldn't even sweat it much.
No.
But yeah, it's an immense power for sure. 90s at the front and 50s in the back. Like it does really put the perspective in it now. Maybe at some point in Florida, I'll have a house big enough that I can put 50s in the rear. Because if I had bedroom like or living room like yours, I would be able to, swing the 50s at the back and 90s at the front.
Yeah,
A little clustered, but
a friend of mine has 90s and he wants to have. Yeah, his living room is about the same size as mine, but he wants 2 sets of 50s around.
with the 90s in the front.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking insanity.
Yeah. That's what I keep telling him, but I think
That and also the headache of just tuning all that. That's gonna be a whole day of just sitting there with the microphone building filters.
Yeah.
But it would sound cat's ass, bro. And there's the yeah, there's a lot of wood, man. All the furniture, everything. Jesus Christ, like that's gonna have to all change. That's gonna be not fun at all.
I'm not sure I like this concept all that much. It's a bit sterile. I like the
But
wood.
that's like where Apple's gone too. When you look at that store, right? It's that exact same color of the wood and with white concrete floors, man. At least they got a fucking green wall, but it's not that far from that metal display that they have on the Genius Bar, or whatever, at the St. Catharines. Like they're all going that. Like this is, I guess, the new modern look of high end rich. Oak and white concrete with whatever, like grayish walls, and I don't know. It's very subdued. And the green carpet, I don't know about that. It looks like a fucking astroturf in the middle.
I don't mind the carpet necessarily, but I do think the herringbone flooring that they have everywhere looks fancier than this concrete to me.
Yeah, but you know what? From the perspective of like running the shop, I would probably appreciate this more, especially if you have events, right, where the wines get spilled and whatever. This would be easier to maintain and keep clean. Acoustically, it's a nightmare in my opinion. But then again, this helps tremendously to the performance of the 28s.
Yeah. We only sell audio. Let's make the room less acoustically good.
So, But there you go. Oh, they got all three on display, I guess.
Yes.
Very nice.
I think it's the only shop in the US that has them.
Those titanium ones are the nicest, bar none. Those purple LGBTQ ones, man, that's gonna age like milk. I don't know where you would put this.
They don't look so bad in this picture, I must say, but they're not my favorite of the three.
No,
I think
not
I
at all.
prefer the one on the right, the
The carbon fiber.
dark stormtrooper look.
That's the carbon fiber one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of the titanium, I guess. Gray hair goes with gray speakers. So
Is it the Mirage or is it no? It's the Phantom,
mhm.
the Phantom Menace looking ones.
But yeah, that'd be cool to see.
I very much appreciate the naked look of the Titans, but I
Mhm.
like that the sails are so see through on those black ones.
Yes. It's because they're black, so you can actually see better through it than if they had them silver or copper like they had on the samurai version. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, I don't know. Do I want to go to California? Maybe at some point.
That's far ways. That's a flight.
Oh, for sure. And it's not even a short flight. It's probably like 6 hours.
Oh yeah, no, that's a long. It's into the other side of the country, man. It's like
Yeah.
for me to go to Calgary or Vancouver, I guess would be a better example, distance wise. But yeah, I'm glad that there is. I'm hoping that there's more stores. They need more shops, and they need somebody in service. Like they need somebody in New York's office to actually answer the phones as well when it comes to support that knows more than what the little instructional videos that they had to watch on B Academy.
Well, the people that own this store or the conglomerate or the company or whatever you want to call it that own
Hmm.
this San Francisco store will also do the LA store and was it the other store somewhere in California.
Hmm. Well,
So,
we'll see.
I mean, supposedly they have enough money to do this another 2 or 3 times.
Well, as long as BNO has enough stuff to put in it, that's another thing. But no, I'm pro having more shops. They need the presence, especially in US. There is money here. It's just not many people know. You know, if they know anything, it's they probably have seen it in the Audi or a Ford, which is a BO Play system, anyways. But they've seen the logo. But it's not a mainstream. But you know, like again, Rolex is not a mainstream, but everybody knows it,
Yes.
and people aspire to it, even though it tells times worse than a quartz watch, like all the mechanical ones do. But
Yeah, I mean, you can make the mechanical ones about as good as the digital ones, but that's when you get to extraordinary mechanisms, right? And that's when they become ridiculously expensive.
because I noticed that my watch runs a little bit faster here than it ran in Canada, and then it ran, I think, 1 to 2 seconds slower per week at your place,
It's
based on I guess
humidity.
the magnetic whatever. Well, it's waterproof, so I'm not worried about that. But I think it's where we are magnetically in relations to the Earth.
Maybe because it warmed up over here.
And fucking just started going faster. Cold Springs in the Montreal. Oh, yeah, that was not fun coming back home into this. It was the worst one. I had to stand outside to wait for the cab in like a huge conveyor line, right? That they were having people. Oh, fudge. The Milwaukee hoodie came through once again in full power. But yeah.
Last week's show, we had a comment. I don't know if he's here. Cloudy UPC. He says, you guys often talk about production and new products. Production and new products.
Hmm.
But do we really understand what it takes to produce these products today? Where are they made and by who? they only own the aluminium production line and factory 5. That's basically the only production they control. The factory in Czechoslovakia was sold in 2018. Well, Czechoslovakia isn't even a country anymore, but
Czechia, I guess.
well, it's either the Czech Republic or Slovakia.
Apparently it's Czechia now, but it's Czech Republic to me
Yeah.
still. But yeah, they had the factory there. I don't know if it's true that they've shut it down or not, but that's
I
where
mean,
everything was put together, including the 90s.
yeah, and 50s.
Yeah, mine were designed in Denmark but made in Czech.
Yeah. There's nothing left today. Everything else is produced in China, and the factories in China survive on volume. 50s and 90s aren't made in China.
No,
Like literally, they can't. I mean, also the shipping would kill any sort of
logistics
yeah.
to it. Yeah.
But factories in China survive on volume, but the constant price increases over the last 3 years have reduced sales, so there's no more volume. The annual report showed this very clearly. Even though product prices and margins have increased, the total money is the same. That's why they simply cannot produce as fast as they would like or in quantities they would like. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that. I do want to address it a little bit, I guess.
Hmm.
I mean, I this is partially a leadership thing, right? Under the last CEO, and according to the board, it's going to be the same under the new CEO. They actually do not want to make anymore because the whole business of going after the ultra high net worth thing and all that is they've essentially decided that you waiting for something feels more luxury than it being available.
Mm.
Which to me in many ways makes no sense, because if I'm spending that sort of money, if like, ooh, I really want that toy, I kind of want it now.
Yeah, they're in a not like Patek Philippe luxury market where you watch wait time is sometimes 2 years, right? But it's specifically made for you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're in these kinds of volumes or even exclusivity level.
Yeah, I mean, but for those sorts of brands or Ferrari, right? Like you'll deal with the waiting because everybody does.
Hmm.
It's it's not that you like it, right?
But at least it works out of the box where you wait for B&O and then there's software issues and it's
Yeah.
half baked and so on and so forth, and the experience is kind of tainted almost by the fact that yes, I don't care how beautiful this is, if it doesn't work it's a piece of shit to me, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
where it's at, like that's no matter what.
I mean, yes, a lot of it is made in China. Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with that, but it's more the non-extreme stuff. Like also a lot of sub parts are made in China, be it plastics and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't see anything wrong or being wrong with the stuff being made in China to begin with. Like their factories and their production skill level surpasses most of the production in the world at this point, because everybody's concentrated their production in China. So yes, they're as good as you pay for the materials and spec that you're willing to invest into the product. That's just bottom line.
I mean, we would definitely like to see more B&O products or trinkets or whatever you want to call it, like little stuff around it. But they seem to be quite satisfied with the lineup they have now. And it's not even the thing of we want to make more, but we can't. It's more like we don't want to make more because it's more exclusive to not do so.
Yeah.
I mean, for that same reason, it's why the 90s have gone up so much, because apparently their wealthy customers were complaining that they were too cheap. As in, like, I'm a mega millionaire. I bought 90s, but some pleb also bought them, so I don't feel as rich anymore.
Special, yeah.
Which is really a strange reasoning to me. Like, when the hell are you ever in their house? But okay.
Maybe they're pissed because I own them. And I'm a nobody.
Who knows? Probably, right? Like, I mean, you're not in your 10,000 square foot mansion.
Nope. I wouldn't even know what the fuck to do with so much space, for God's sakes.
Oh, you'll find a way. You get used to it after a year or so.
You know what? I've been in these huge ass homes for last over a decade and some. And no matter how cool, how awful, how cozy, how not cozy, I just find it too much. Like
Oh,
if
I
I were to do
agree.
it, I would probably do at the most like a 3,000 square foot bungalow. At the most. Forget the basement even. Just have a huge living room, bedroom, office, like how you have here, basically, and a bathroom. That's it. You don't need much more. At least I don't need much more. But
I don't even have that, and I think I couldn't fathom adding another 1,000 square feet to my house.
right,
Like my
it's
office would be
already
like
huge.
3 times the size, and like, what am I doing to fill it? Like, what the hell?
Buy more furniture and B&O, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I always found that in houses of those sizes, you always have a room or two where they're just for show. Like you
mhm.
put couches and shit in it, but you literally never sit in it. Like maybe once it's arrives,
Yeah,
or maybe you take a nap to get away from other people in your house because they don't expect you to be there. But that's about the only time you ever do anything with it.
Grant, I disagree. You can only be in one room at a time because I lived in a studio and I was in all my rooms at the same time. So yeah, there is a way to live other than bathroom, I guess. So, but yeah, I was in all my rooms at the same time, all the time.
But
So
yeah, I mean, I think they should start making more. They should.
where's the B&O hats? Where's all the like cool shit that we used to get? You know what I mean? Like I understand the bottle openers because they're just not gonna go away, but or maybe they've stamped out so many billions of them that they still go through the backlog stock of it. But is yeah, just make a couple more trinkets. Like why not come up with another, like let's say Bluetooth alarm clocks, you know, not as obnoxiously long as let's say the BeoTime was, but something that, you know, maybe a different form factor or something that could have also been incorporated into the design of the Halo remote, right? Where that could have had a bigger speaker in it for chime and have a alarm clock capability.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, we're definitely due for a new remote, if not an additional remote, right? Like, make the BR1. Uh, that's fine. Like, I mean, it's a lot. I also think like if we actually want to, as a company, be like the ultra high net worth people, like please make stuff that is expensive from the get go, right?
mhm.
Like not just things you're comfortable making right now and just hike the price until it's expensive.
Yeah. I know Sunday we won't make the B&O merch won't change their fate or fortune, but still, it's trinkets. It brings people into the store, no matter what.
Yeah, it's more to get that buy-in. It's more like a lot of those trinkets are more on the marketing side than on the actual product side, right?
Right.
I mean, even if it's an alarm clock or something like that, it's not. It is a product, but it's kind of not in many ways. But like, if it's the first thing you look to every morning, I mean, how could you market better than the first thing you literally look at every morning?
Yeah, it's my bio time. That's the first thing I fucking look at every day.
Yeah, I
Unless I
mean,
wake up to the other side, which is on the weekends because I turn off the alarm and then I look at Avant. So it's that's it. Like I open my eyes and I close my eyes to a B&O, either the TV or the clock every morning.
I mean, it's more than you'll ever see them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, right? Because like that is essentially kind of dead, which is very
It's a
sad.
shame. It's a shame because that was, you know, like now you could do it with just a simple as Bluetooth protocol. I'm sure you could stuff the antennas around the display if you're going to make it a flute again. But if you make it something different, you know, maybe there is enough capability to put a alarm chime into Halo because there is a speaker there that does the ticking.
I mean, let's
But
go over to their Instagram. But honestly, again, not a lot of stuff is happening. This is nice, but I don't think even this is a B&O TV.
no, it's not. I don't think it's even STB brackets of any kind.
This is a hotel in Seoul somewhere.
Yeah, I agree with you, Anders, too. Like a Bluetooth keyring would have been just perfect. Have the same 3 functions on it, or 4 functions, I guess, that it used to have. I guess there was way more functions than that because there was the long presses as well. I think the long press on the keyring is it activates the fucking CD player. Let me see. I don't believe so, but let me see. I don't think it does. I think I'm confusing it with the long press on the Essence remote. But yeah, like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Let's see. Audio. No, because the long press is standby. Yeah, it just turns on the radio, and long press on audio, it goes to standby.
I mean, yes, also agreed they should experiment with actual like 2 for or 2 buy 2 get 10% off deals, right? Like the current or buy 2 and pay exactly double is like, what the hell? Like that has always been like so goddamn stupid because you're saving on shipping as a company.
Yeah. No, they should have, especially buy a BeoConnect core and get 10% off discount on any speakers that you buy with it.
Yeah. Or the other way around, like buy 8 and get however much percent off a core, right?
So then you can run them into your TV or whatever.
Yeah.
I also think there's honestly 2 things that should be very much looked at when it comes to the BeoConnect core. First of all is app support within the TVs, LG screens, so the Beo remote works natively with it.
I don't think we'll ever see that. I think that's hardware locked that way.
Or, well, that's my wish. And second one is to make it a DPL receiver for either a shape or 2 PowerLink classic speakers that you can just pipe in through the PowerLink output of the shape. I mean, of the BeoConnect core.
Yeah, that should be possible. And that is something I do absolutely wish for. I mean, also because it kind of negates, right, the price differential with between a theater and a premiere or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it also potentially gives you other options for even the theater.
I agree. I think that there should be something. Mr. Bean's price in school. Yeah, it is 2 for the price of 2 is definitely from Mr. Bean's School of Marketing.
Yeah, it's bad.
Shooting the light bulb before you go to bed, and then you have a drawer full. But yeah, for me, it's just I think that the Premiere. It's not that the placement of it is cumbersome, but it just kind of looks puffy. Like it doesn't look as unison to the screen as the stage did in my eyes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's more out there, more pronounced. But yeah, I think that they should definitely consider introducing a DPL subwoofer for that exact reason, that the 19 is a gonzo.
I mean, do we actually know if there is another DPL channel available?
What do you mean?
Well, currently it's the Premiere, right, is marketed as having 4 DPL channels.
Yes.
So you can do front, left, right, and rear, left, right.
Yes.
But if there's not another channel available, you're going to have to like lose one of them for a subwoofer potentially.
Yeah, you'd have to listen to a triangle with the sub, or
Yeah.
2 subs, I guess, if you want to go crazy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it capable of doing more than, let's say, 5, like 5.1? I guess. Like, could it do a subwoofer channel on the DPL as well?
Yeah. That's I don't know, but I mean, similarly, right? Like the first year and a half of the Halo remote, like it only had a black and white screen, and now it's color.
Mm.
I don't know. Same way that DPL wasn't officially marketed with the theater, but it still has it.
Yeah.
And with the theater, you can do 8, I think. Right?
No, I don't think so. I think can you? I think you can do 4. You can do 4 DPLs, 4 or 8 power links, and 8 WISA. But DPL, I think it's limited to 4.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
I'm super confident about that statement, because from what I remember, yeah, I think that I think it's a hardware limitation on the Mozart chip that it can only do, or maybe it's the limitation with the antennas or how much Wi-Fi, because it has to blast Wi-Fi into each differently. But then again, you can have it on the network, right? So yeah, the only thing that with the Premiere, that it's very much assumed that your television is already on the wall, because it's too, like, you need to then offset the freaking TV off of it. So
yeah, get an STB bracket. They make very nice brackets for the Premiere.
do they? Let's pull them up. I haven't looked on STB for quite some time. Just out of curiosity to see what they've got for the. Give them a shout out as well, I guess, on the podcast.
This is the theater, obviously. From an Avant.
That's an Avant.
Oh, that looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
This, I think, is a reused Avant stand.
No, that looks like either BV11 or BV7. No, it can't be 7, because that was a dual pipe, even for the 40. 732 had 1 pipe. So it's either from the 732 or BV11 floor stand. That looks like a BV11 floor stand. That's cool.
For a bedroom, I would happily do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it also for my wall specifically, it would literally forgo all the because there's a pocket door on the wall the TV is on, so that became quite an issue. I had to get the toggles that were like I had to get them into place in such a way that I could use way shorter bolts, because if I used the bolts that came with it, the door wouldn't fucking shut.
You're done. Yeah.
I mean, this is just very cleanly done.
Yeah. No, that is cool.
42.
Then again, that's a 42-inch. Yeah. It's a kitchen TV.
It's funny because that used to be enormous. I mean,
that's one of the reasons why I'm keeping my V132, because that's as big as I would want to be ever in a kitchen for the TV. 42 is already starting to push it now, right? You have to have a bigger kitchen for it too, then, I guess.
I mean, I still remember when the BV1046 seemed like an enormous screen.
Yep.
And I don't think many people think below 55 inches these days.
I don't think so. I honestly don't. Like, anything below that is like your monitor or gaming monitor level, right? Or IDEA, I guess.
Yeah.
There's Gavin. Yeah, I like that. It's just that it's too small for what it is. And if you do a 65-inch on it or underneath it, then you gotta kind of sort of space out the Premiere away from the TV, at least 2 inches out or 5 centimeters, whatever, so it looks a little more, yeah, like that. I would put probably a little bit of a bigger gap.
Yeah, you can probably just move the TV up on the face, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do like their brackets. Their brackets are absolute quality.
Oh yeah, that's not up for discussion. Like especially the one that he's hanging on right now. Like that thing is machined so well. So well. Like they really do it
I'd
correctly.
be more worried for the wall hanging off of it than for the actual bracket.
Yeah, there's always these sketchy moments, especially here with our paper ass walls.
Yeah.
But 77, that would look almost looks like the freaking Avant 85. Was it? Yeah, Avant 85 with the little, in the center channel popped out. It's pretty much the same. It looked cute.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to buy anything anytime soon, it might be the Premiere for the bedroom. But still, I mean, I very much still am in love with my stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man.
I kind of want to hang on. Like, the Premiere is a cool idea, but I still, if I get rid of the Avant in my bedroom, or say I put the shape in my new bedroom wherever I move, and I replace the old core with the BeoConnect core when the time comes to it, then I completely use the facility of or a use case for my BeoTime, because this all is IR is gone.
Yeah.
So the only way that I'm thinking of doing it is bury a fucking BeoSound Essence Mark II in the wall with an IR receiver and play that into the, or not play, but just have that to be triggered by the BeoTime for the BLI when but then it sucks because then you can't control the volume or tracks. Like it just works with IR perfectly now, right? But I'm gonna keep that Avant going for as long as I can. I know I promised to make a video of the fan, but I have not been able to find. I found a picture, and I've asked in ChatGPT like where could I buy this fan, and I don't know if it's even available or around. But I need to find it somewhere where it's a Toshiba laptop blower fan. That's where I got mine. I need a blower fan for a laptop. Maybe I'll go to like an old computer repair store and see if they got anything that I could buy that is 2 poles only, because I can't use the third cable, right?
Yeah.
And then just run it off the USB at the back. But that's a pain in the ass just to think of it, because I have to take the TV off the wall, and it's not a big deal, but you have to have somebody over to help you, and then I can't really work on it in the kitchen, so I'd lose my living room for maybe a day or a week, depends on how much, if I do it in one day, or so it's a pain. But I'm keeping that fucker going for as long as I can, because I really like it. It's the last true Bang & Olufsen design TV. After that, it was the Eclipse and 14, which that was a disaster to begin with. So does the next generation, or NG, or no good as we call them, for the Avants, with the Android grief installed on it.
I mean, I missed the on-screen menus. I mean, even the Harmony has them, right? But the on-screen menus on like the Avant, the first generation, and like even BV11,
BeoSystem 3 menus, like those were good. Those were classic B&O menus, man.
They were also good-looking menus.
Yes.
Like, yes, you're in the menu, but they also look good as a menu, right? Like it's.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
miss
once I
that.
got the Eclipse and the first one with the pink shit on it, I'm like, oh no, what is that? And the menus are like bubbly and animated. I'm like, I'm so not into this Japanimation toy thing looking nonsense, but I guess that's where we're headed.
Oh no, is that me? Is that him?
Something happened to Mikey.
Oh, it's
I mean,
it's not me. It's you.
who, me?
Yeah, you dropped, not me.
I dropped weirdly. I don't know why and how. I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even lose Wi-Fi's. Oh, the good old BO4 holder. If anybody's interested, I think Quebecson has 3 original BO4 wall brackets still in stock, if my memory doesn't lie to me. They should be called painfully reproduced, because these are the worst brackets to work with on any gyps walls or anything that can crack and chip and fuck up, because there is literally no room for error. Like that wall bracket, the metal hook L-shaped thing is just as wide, little wider than the hole for the power link socket to come through. And yeah, that uh, David Lewis was a great man, but he never considered installation as part of an exercise for design. That was something that you need to figure it out.
Or maybe he did, and he was just like, "Fuck you, deal with it."
That's what it is. Yeah,
Like
you
your
want the
job is
wires
to
in the
work
wall.
around my design, not the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. That was probably the attitude. But yeah, it was definitely like these were one of my least favorite ones to install. Also, BioVision 10s and 11s were not of my favorites to install, because the gap from the bottom of the wall bracket to the actual edge of the aluminium bottom finish was only like 5 centimeters or something, like just enough to put the plug in for the cables to come out, but it had to have been in a very specific place because of the hinge effect of it. But yeah, the lap threes, thin wall brackets, take the cake for the biggest pain in the ass to ever install. I don't think anything else that I've had any more issues with than that, and also BioVision 755 wall bracket. That was bullshit. That was fucking bullshit to put on. Especially like it was never like against the flat wall. It was always recessed into the millwork and nonsense, and just not good time. But these were definitely my least favorite brackets. God damn it to hell.
Well, on that note, now you know. Maybe that'll
No,
come up
yeah.
in a
Oh,
in
it'll
a
come up in my next
future
job. I'll
quiz.
curse myself. There we go. So
Hope everybody has a good week. We'll see you all again next week, and stay safe, have fun, and
toodaloo.
bad.
Bye.
Which one? This one.